It has taken almost a year, but DLC has finally arrived in the form of the OC. Gallows and Anderson are on the active roster and now will be a part of the games. European uppercut from Carl Anderson, as now the door is open for Gallows and Anderson to join the fray, and they start with a match against the Imperium. Led repressed by Anderson after a running powerbomb to Giovanni Vinci. Anderson sends Vinci into the corner. European uppercut by Anderson takes down Vinci. Into the corner goes Vinci. And incoming, big boot by Gallows. Rocks Giovanni Vinci. Also, of course, this DLC was a part of included. This DLC also included Pretty Deadly, Kit Wilson, and his tag team partner, whose name is escaping me, and Tiffany Stratton, as Tiffany Stratton will be one of the members of the Women's Royal Rumble this year, which the Royal Rumbles will be recorded in the upcoming weeks as we approach the actual Royal Rumble in real life WWE. One of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, and doing it in WWE 2K is one of my favorite things, as Kaiser presses his luck with Gallows with another springboard, but Gallows doesn't get caught the second time and plants him with a pump handle slam for his troubles. Gallows with an uppercut knocks the right in the throat. That nothing pretty about that. A slight hesitation from the ref, it looked like, in my opinion. As Kaiser regains his breath. Big suplex takes down the big man Gallows. Straight right knocks down Kaiser. Gallows goes for a clothesline, ducks, and the quickness of Kaiser snapping off a German suplex, rocking Gallows, keeping him on his toes. Gallows went for a chokeslam, but Kaiser again with his quickness avoids the chokeslam. As Anderson gets back in the ring and breaks it up just as Gallows kicks out. But Anderson gets sent to the floor by Kaiser. And Kaiser's now taking it to Gallows. And Gallows does not have a tag team partner to tag out to, but Kaiser does, as it looks like Vinci is coming back in the ring. Power slam by Gallows takes down Giovanni Vinci. As Anderson is finally back up, Gallows gets brushed off by Vinci. Vinci with quickness. That's what these two gotta do when they're in the ring with Luke Gallows. They gotta tap into their quickness as Gallows kicks out at the count of one. They gotta rely on their quickness, because that's what if they can stay away from the power of Gallows, it'll be a good thing for Imperium. As Vinci rolls to the outside, Anderson is now the legal man. Machine Gun Carl Anderson is back in the ring. Vinci went for a springboard. Anderson just walked away from the ring. Walked to the other side of the ring. Russian knee lift. Simple but effective from Anderson. Textbook side Russian leg sweep from Carl Anderson. If there's anybody that has the basics down pat, it is Machine Gun Carl Anderson. As Gallows doesn't even hesitate. Gallows is going right after Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser as Vinci showing his quickness on Anderson, floating around the ring like a butterfly. Hip toss neckbreaker by Vinci. Anderson's down only for a 1. Vinci with the tag. Kaiser's back in. Kaiser with a big right hand rocks Anderson. Carl Anderson gets rocked with a butterfly suplex. Snap mirror. Straight boot, but Anderson moves out of the way, rolls him over. Big right hand by Anderson. What a back and forth that was between Anderson and Kaiser. Anderson sends Kaiser into the corner. Peels him off the ropes. As Anderson goes up top, measuring Kaiser is Carl Anderson. You want to talk about a unique bit of offense there. A neckbreaker from the top by Carl Anderson. I haven't seen something that effective since that DDT Ciampa does. Anderson might have gotten a tag from Gallows, but Kaiser tagged out to Vinci. Springboard DDT by Vinci. Rocks Gallows. But Gallows gets back up. No matter how many times I see it, that looks like it hurts. That cross chop from Gallows. But Kaiser is down on the outside, so Vinci's off on his own, dealing with the OC. Gallows is trying for it again. He's trying for the chokeslam. This time he lands it. This time he plants Vinci as Vinci rolls to the floor and immediately attacks Carl Anderson. Vinci gets back into the ring, off to distraction. I thought Gallows was going to do so. I thought Gallows was going to go for something, but Vinci seemed to have reversed him. Big elbow drop by Vinci. Kaiser's back up, but Anderson is down, so Gallows is on his own. Quickness from a man that size should not be possible as Gallows lands a super kick. Or I believe that's more of a thrust kick from Gallows, but a mid-ring collision gets the match back at a standstill. But now Vinci looks for a tag to Kaiser. Simple tag team moves between the Imperium or with the Imperium as Gallows goes for another super kick, but this time Kaiser avoids him, as now it's 2-on-1. Gallows is on the side of the Imperium, and it's 2-on-1. German suplex on the outside rocks Gallows from Kaiser. As Vinci goes back up top, the Imperium are not taking a 2-on-1. But Kaiser, it seems like Kaiser doesn't even need the 2-on-1. He's doing well beating up Gallows on his own. Excuse me. Gallows gets introduced to the announcer's table. If Gallows does not get back in the ring momentarily, as Kaiser distracts himself with Anderson. Ludwig Kaiser distracted himself with Carl Anderson. And he distracted himself enough for Gallows to drop him. But a basement dropkick keeps the match going as Gallows turns his attention back to Giovanni Vinci. Straight right hand knocks down Vinci. As Gallows was preoccupied with Vinci, Kaiser turned his attention, knocked back down Carl Anderson. Pump handle slam rocks Kaiser. A pump handle slam rocks Ludwig Kaiser. Vinci is still on the outside, as I do believe Vinci's still on the outside. Big sit-out slam from Kaiser. No, Vinci's actually back on the ropes. Gallows rolls himself to the outside, but Vinci, what athletic ability from Giovanni Vinci. It's unexpected athletic ability that was making me get caught up on my words, as I don't think Gallows even expected to see Vinci. Gallows takes down Vinci, though. Gallows sends Vinci into the barricade. These two gotta get back in the ring as Gallows drapes Vinci across the barricade and a big boot to the side of the head. Vinci pops himself back up. Gallows finally tags out to Anderson. Running forearm from Anderson. Double A style spine buster from Carl Anderson, tight and snug from the machine gun. Anderson with a big splash. Anderson went for a big elbow, sit down clothesline, or a sliding clothesline from Vinci. Rocks Carl Anderson as now Vinci's going for a tag. Kaiser's back in the matchup. Anderson went for a neckbreaker, but Kaiser reversed it. Ludwig Kaiser reversed it. Kaiser reverses Anderson again. Anderson reverses Kaiser. Kaiser reverses Anderson. Air raid crash neckbreaker by Kaiser. Air raid crash neckbreaker by Kaiser, but right as the cover is applied, Gallows comes in the ring and doesn't even let a 1 count go off. Rocks him with a forearm shiver, does Anderson. European uppercut knocks him back. Big cutter by Carl Anderson. A big cutter by Anderson, and just like Gallows did, Vinci doesn't even let the cover go off. Kaiser goes to the outside. Kaiser is rocked by Anderson, and instead of turning his attention to the illegal man, he turns his attention back to Ludwig Kaiser, as now Kaiser introduces Anderson to the barricade. Big spine buster on the outside. Big spine buster on the outside by Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser is letting loose on Carl Anderson. Dropkick right to the knee of Carl Anderson from Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser with a big right hand rocks Anderson. Anderson introduced to the ring post. Anderson gets introduced to the ring post. Drop toe hold. These two are fighting for the right to get back into the ring. These two are fighting to get back in the ring as Kaiser gets back in the ring at the count of 8. Gallows gets introduced to the ring, to the corner. Again, nobody, just the pain that they must feel when they get hit in the throat with a right hand from a man that size. Again, the athletic ability that Gallows shows, it's not fair. The athletic ability that Luke Gallows shows is not fair. Pump handle slam by Gallows. Gallows knocks Vinci down. Gallows knocks Vinci down. He's bringing Kaiser into the ropes. They got him prepared. They got him ready for it. You know what comes next. It's the Magic Killer. The Magic Killer from the OC. And Kaiser kicked out. Kaiser kicked out. In a sight you'd only see in a WWE video game, because nobody kicked out of the Magic Killer at WWE. Nobody kicks out in real WWE. But in a sight you'd only see in a WWE video game, somehow Ludwig Kaiser kicked out of the Magic Killer. Elbow drop, but Kaiser moved out of the way. Elbow drop, but Kaiser moved out of the way. Kaiser! I've never seen a move like that. Reverse STO DDT by Ludwig Kaiser. What a move. If there's any move that looks nasty, it's that. Snug spinebuster. Titan snug by Ludwig Kaiser. by Carl Anderson to Ludwig Kaiser as Anderson knocks Vinci down. Anderson's going to the outside now. He's got his eyes on Vinci, and he drops him with the cutter. He's got his eyes on Vinci and drops him with the cutter. And he drops Kaiser with the cutter too. He dropped Kaiser with the cutter too. Let her press. And Kaiser and Vinci fall to the OC as Carl Anderson takes out both members of the Imperium. He takes out both members of the Imperium as Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are now here in WWE 2K23. With that being said, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.